good number of tables going. I'm just getting on the waiting lists. Haven't played a hand yet. Wanted to be back earlier, but didn't happen. I'm not waiting on that one. And this one's about 4 hands away. That's fine. Okay. Looks like there are 1, 2, 3, 4 more tables. Should be able to get on fairly quickly. I gotta close the door. Sorry. All right. Ended up taking more days off than I wanted to. They were working on the internet, and it just caused some choppy problems. So yesterday was the main day. The days before that, I was kind of taking a day off on Tuesday, I guess it was. Just was kind of really tired. Couldn't focus, so I said, fuck it, not playing. And then yesterday, or 2 days ago, I kind of just got caught up in the day and wasn't feeling 100%. And by the time I wanted to play, it was like late and, or not late, but it was after dark, and Courtney hadn't been sleeping much, so I didn't want to fire up the stream and, keep her awake. So I said, fuck it. And I probably would have played then if I had realized that, whatchamacallit, yesterday there was going to be all those problems with the internet. They scheduled it, but what are you going to do? Oh, there we go. Bum, 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 bum. Should be live about any minute. Let's see, table options. No, thank you. Where's the display? Settings. Game display. Status bar. Give me that. Still trying to get to... I'm using Elite as the marker. I don't need to get there, but I need to get over 800 points. And I think in Elite there's 1,500. So that means I can have 700 left. So I'm going to go for 1,000. So we're trying to get this number down to 500 points left by the end of the month. I think it should be pretty easy over the next 2 weeks. I can probably play. I'm probably going to have to play out of the next. How many days are in this month? 31? Nice. So there's 7, 14, 15, 16 days. I'm guessing I'm going to have to play... Well, I think I'm going to shoot for playing 14 or 13. But I think I can do it in 10, honestly. If I can get decent sessions in. So maybe 60 hours? That's not bad. Yeah. Just because the player's coming out of first, and this is, you know, it's a gamble up advertisement hand. That sucks. Take it, fucking idiot. And of course it comes right off. Put a 10, 9, 8, or 7 out there. Oh, jack. Lovely. I mean, that 3-bet's not really a great idea, believe it or not, because he just killed his action. So this player called me and then leads out. Usually that's the draw. I'm not really worried about this. Sometimes it's the 4. But I'm not overly concerned, honestly. Yeah. And in those cases, you just have to let the draw either hit or miss. And if it hits, you just fold. And if it misses, you just let him bluff. But some players just do not get that. Like, that was a 4-way pot with no raise preflop, so my king is pretty fucking strong. Okay. Not bad. Okay. Don't mind it. Don't mind it at all. I think we got one more table we can get on. Little Dragon's not been bluffing me much lately, but I'm underplaying the shit out of this hand, so they may just check back. Could have had something like 10 Jack or something like that. Ace 10. Wow. Got the 10 right. Didn't feel like top pair. But no, that's not really a bluff. That's kind of a good play. I mean, I don't really agree with the checking the river. Because, I mean, the fucker even had... Didn't she even have the... yeah, the ace of diamonds. Why not bet there? Like, in this very specific instance, I'm not going to fold. But normally, I'm going to have, like, a raggedy queen that will fold. So... Wow, there are a lot of people. Well, now I see why. Wow, those are some big pots on this table. This one table's averaging twice the size of pots on every other, and twice the amount of players to the flop than every other. But there's not a lot of money on the table, so I'm guessing whoever it was made all that money and left. Which they probably took 4 or 5 buy-ins off the table. Which is fine, but I'm like 5th on the waiting list. If you guys ever get a chance, Bath & Body Works moisturizing hand sanitizer. It's actually really great. And it's like hand lotion that just this quickly, my hands are completely dry. Pretty much. I put a little bit too much on. But there's no oiliness on my mouse, so that's nice. And my hands feel very smooth. It's this stuff. Bath & Body Works antibacterial moisturizing hand sanitizer with natural essential oils, eucalyptus, mint. I don't think it smells like eucalyptus or mint, but it doesn't smell like alcohol. And in all honesty, it's kind of doing wonders for my skin. So definitely love it. Do have a lot of skin problems with on these fingers, these two. Fucking burned them a while ago, and they're It's not healing correctly. So I get these weird ass rough dry patches. I talked to my doctor about it, and she said that it may have just been burned because it was pretty bad burns, like right at the spots where the shit's fucked up. And I didn't have feeling there for a while. And she says it's possible that it might just be a lifelong thing where I may have just damaged the skin to such a point that it's just basically regrowing weird. Like, it's not scar tissue, but the cells might not be all going the right way like they normally do. They might be crashing into each other and causing these little crevices and cracks and dry spots that happens with like second degree burns. Fold that. Fold that. Where'd everybody go? Gut shot. Look at this. I get aces and the table's dead. Yeah, this table's done. Whatever. See, all those people left that fucking table. And there's still this other table with 6 fucking people on the waiting list. Like, it just makes no fucking sense. Oh. Went to the gym and just did treadmill because my back was all funky. And it's much better now, but like the pain went from my lower back where I have chronic problems to like the very middle of my back. So like every like 20 minutes or so I have to crack it, and it makes such a loud fucking crack. It hurts so bad. All right, what is going on here? Oh, here we go. All right. Unjoin list. I should be able to take the seat as soon as I'm removed from that list. All right, there it goes. Yeah, all those players got knocked off the list, so I guess they got TO'd. Yeah, because I'm now first on that list. I think we can bet here. Second pair is pretty good when there's no ace out there, plus we have the gut shot. We block some draws. That bet is retarded. That's a great turn card because I can represent that king and have the flush draw and gut shot to back me up. Folding. Try a little bit extra of this. Just on the problem spots. Not a whole lot going on there. I probably should bet that. Yeah, I think I fucked up. Although the king comes off, and I can easily represent it, kind of like last time. Snap called. Twice. This is going to be a 5 more often than anybody else, so I'm just going to check it. I don't know if we ever get bluffed here. Wow, the ace king. See, this is why I should have bet the flop. What did the other guy have? Flush draw? King queen. Wow. Nobody went for value. The king queen doesn't go for value. That's kind of... I mean, I really should have bet the flop. I really should have. It's kind of... Although I don't think Pythagoras is going to fold to 1 bet, so I probably saved money three-way pot and all. But if I bet big enough on that flop, I can probably convince him. Yeah, there's no club out there. Player behind's kind of, yeah, sticky and unsophisticated, so. Why am I getting pushed down the list? I keep getting pushed down this fucking list. Like I was 1 of 2, now I'm 3 of 4. The fuck is that? It's all fucked up is what it is. That table, the list is screwy. Wow. Definitely think tomorrow's going to be more of a tournament day. Not a very bluffable board. I mean, it seems okay, but... yeah. There's 4 players in the pot. I'm not going to attempt it. I mean, I definitely, in a tournament, I think I would. But I don't think this is... I mean, it is the best board for my range, but I don't think it's realistic that I'm going to get 3 people to fold in this scenario. This half-pot bet isn't really too significant, but if I was this player, I would call with the ace high. It's because of this player behind that I can't call, really. That's fine. Just give it up. Yeah, now I'm getting pushed down this list. All right. Check. Not exactly great boards here. It's kind of getting worse and worse, isn't it? And I'm not worried about this. I'm worried about this. Now if it checks and Scrooge... see, now that's kind of problematic. I'm not 100% on this. I don't think he's bluffing bear into 2 players, but I'm not exactly sure what he has. I think he says a weak ace, so I'm just going to let it go. That's fine. It's annoying, but, you know, players are going to overcall. Put this up there. I think we can go for thinner value on the river. Yep. Wonder what he had. 6-7? 9-9. Glad I checked the flop. Alright. Let's get back on that waiting list. See if we can get on that table. Good to see you guys coming out. Appreciate it. New Wake Up With Me has been posted. Finished up the current section of the Tournament Masterclass. I believe it was Flop Strategy Exploitative Adjustments. And we also did the multi-way on the flop section, which was very dense and actually really fascinating. Just to hear everything laid out, you know, all at once. So. Great. This table's all funky. All right. Damn. If I could call for one card, if I had called on the flop, that would be it. Don't check it. Oh, he's betting too small. Who knows, though? He might bet bigger if I'm still on the pot on the turn. Got a little bit of a head rush there. Let me fold that. All right. I don't mind that. I think I'd rather raise it right here. I don't know how often this player has an overpair, but when they do have overpairs, unless they have kings or aces. So he min-raised. He shouldn't have sevens ever. I'm going to go for it. I mean, he could have an overpair sometimes, but that... Wow! Good. Serves you right. You shouldn't be playing that hand out of first anyway. That's insane. That's kind of really insane to be playing 9-7 out of second position, heads up, and going at it that aggressively. I mean, it worked because I absolutely am never going to give him credit for a 7 there unless it's the suited ace-7, and that there weren't too many combos of that. He really only had one of the few combos you have to have a suited 7, and 9-7 should not be in that range. So, plays pretty wide, got it in. Good for him, but normally I'm going to have 12 outs twice there. He's going to have jacks or 10s. The small re-raise is kind of a clue, but at the same time, I don't think I want to fold there too often to a player who's got that kind of opening range. My only real issue is when he has a better flush draw, but I think my initial read is backed up, even though I was behind, is that his range was far too weak to be making his plays. He just happened to get majorly helped by the flop, so that's a 1 in 40 kind of flop. All right, this is interesting. This player opens way too big. Ooh, look at that. So, called twice. I'm just going to go ahead and bet it like I got the queen. My real problem is the small blind over here. I think we can check this back. 8's pretty good. That sucks. Don't know if I'm up against the flush draw. So, this fucking retard Wow, set of nines loses to the ace flush. So he's tilty. So we're going to let him tilt. You can win all the small pots, buddy. Does Little Dragon ever bluff twice? They can definitely have some tens, but I don't think when I have best kicker with second pair, I don't think I fold. Yeah, because they're just, I mean, like, it's just ridiculous. Like, why? I'm not even folding ace king there. I don't know what hand I'm calling on the turn that I'm folding on the river. I guess like a shitty flush draw, but how many shitty flush draws do I have? Like on this, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to have the suited ace queen a lot. Yeah. And since he's got the queen of hearts, so I guess he's like hoping I have the suited ace jack. I think it's just one of those blind barrels where they don't realize that it really doesn't make much sense for me to stick around with something I can't call the river with. And second pair top kicker, we can absolutely call that bet. It's also a very small bet. Hey, can I actually get on this fucking table now? Nice. I can't believe I got on it. I'm going to check this. Oh, and there's another table. Nice. Dun, 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 dun. I think sometimes it's a raise, sometimes it's just a call. I don't mind the call. This min raise is dumb. This is a very new player. Just did a pot builder. Got shot 2 overs, pretty good. Player bet's a full pot. I think this is kind of capped. I think it's usually just always a jack. If it is, they should go crazy on this turn. Yeah, I think any 10, queen, or king was good for me here. So I definitely like the flop call. The raise here was just ridiculous. Like, and if I had a decent jack there, like queen jack, I don't think I would have folded. It's just kind of not what you're looking to do there. Seeing the opening range, or the open limping range, yeah, there's going to be a lot of folds there. So I think we're just better off taking this one down on the button. Nope. What's up, Blaze? How you doing, my man? Nothing much is up. Just chilling. I'm gonna have to see a min raise out of first. I am on the button here. I do love 10-9. If this guy hadn't raised, I would have. So there are some arguments for 4-betting, but I think that pertains more to tournaments. So I think we'd rather just flop this here. There you go. Ha 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 ha. Oh man, I'm glad they didn't let me flop. Look at this. Jeez, would have gotten in a lot of money there on the flop. Thanks, bro. Yeah, my man's a little tilty. I'm not saying he shouldn't do that with aces, but his re-raise pre-flop was kind of excessive. Yeah, I think I want to underplay that. Probably going for the check raise here. Should see this player raising or leading quite a bit. Maybe we just call if it's just him and me, right? King sucks. There's one card I don't want to see on the turn, and it's a king. I'm just gonna check. Player bets half pot is called. There are quite a few draws out there, 10 jack and spades, so I think I'm going to call. I don't think we see the ace king here very much, so I think the ace can be very good for me. This is kind of interesting. Not sure what's going on here, but I don't know if you want to bet one pair on the end here. Player bets half pot. It's kind of... Yeah, I don't like it. I feel like he's going to get called, too. Maybe that's because I was supposed to call it. Kind of interesting. I don't really like either way. I don't think I can... I definitely don't think I can fold the turn. But I think when he bets twice, I think I kind of have to consider that he could have king, queen. He could have king anything, really. I don't think he's ever betting a flush draw bluff. Man, my man is tilty. I mean, did you really get that crazy with pocket jacks or something? Hey, what's up, Kerry? How you doing? Doing pretty good, my man. Just kind of chilling. Just started a little bit ago, about 30 minutes ago, so we're just kind of getting into it. Should be another table coming up soon. Yeah, a couple minutes. I think we can check this safely here. I don't know. Okay. I get 3-bet very small. Yeah, the raise here is the problem. So this player has only been sitting for a couple minutes. It usually means either they're bluffing or they have it. Usually a very polarized situation. I'm going to let this one go, only because I'm near the bottom of my range, but I'm definitely going to be looking to 3-bet and 4-bet somebody if they try to pull that shit too often on me. Like, some of these players, man. What is going on here? Why is this taking so fucking long? Okay. So, just us heads up. I'm going to go ahead and bet like I got the ace and I'm protecting. Take it down. 8 on the turn's pretty nice. 4-way pot. 10 on the river is kind of the worst card because 7-9 is the only really obvious draw. So it usually kills my action. Sometimes we get raised, and depending on how much we get raised, we're probably going to have to call. Queen 10 and Jack 9 also, right? Kind of really depends what the size of the raise is. No raise. Huh? It's one of those ones nobody had anything. A lot of 7-5s and bottom pairs and things like that. Just going to check it. I don't think I'm getting him off an ace, so congrats, bro. You got it. Oh, there's the ace. If you only had a brain. So this first player limped, player on the button called. Button's really my only problem here. Backdoor flush draw. I'm going to go ahead and raise this. Player calls. I'm going to bet. I don't mind this one. I'm going to check this turn. I'm going to check this turn. Full pot. Wow. I don't think I want to fold yet over here. I'm kind of confused on this one. This might be just one of those auto bets, but I'm going to let it go. Yeah. There's a different tempo than this one. That player had King Queen and bet this on the turn. It's not the play, bro. You go for that value on the river and you make the bet bigger so that you make sure to get called by kings worse than yours, because an ace is never folding. Like, the only thing he did was set himself up to barrel, but then he couldn't do it. Oh, I gotta turn the lights on. Give me one sec. Remote control light. I like that. All right. Bring in my plants. Larry's doing great. Check them out. 5 new flowers. My wife wanted to give this plant away. Didn't know that I knew how to take care of plants. From South Florida, man. All your yard work is taken care of or all your chores are taken care of yard work and doing it for the neighbors and shit. I feel like I still got thorns in my fucking hands from pruning my mom's rose bushes. Oh. Close that window too. I think we can bet here. Yeah. Simple limp pot. Kind of anybody's game, and when we're in position, we kind of hold the advantage. Ooh, another table. I like that. Bing. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and raise here. There we go. Line that up. Make it a little bit smaller. We can just call that. Might be some more tables coming. Look at this flop. Well, just going to go ahead and bet it like I got it. Queen on the turn's not bad. This lead out for pot is, because we don't know if this is a draw or 2 pair or something. So we're just going to let it go. Probably should have bet the flop, but didn't really have anything to bet. Okay. King's okay. It's really not great. I wish this deuce was a spade. Fold that one. Check. There's not a ton of aces out here. Okay, little dragon. Me and you. Second pair. Gut shot. Oh, let that go. Wow. Yeah, my hand just looks like a flush draw, so they're going to have no problem betting an ace for 3 streets. It's fine. I kind of went too quickly calling on the turn. Ooh, look at that. Okay. Take it. It's annoying, but I totally missed. This is kind of the same deal, but a player betting half pot, like, I have a very specific read on this player. A lot of my notes got wiped out, but luckily I've got a pretty good memory for it. I have no idea why, but like 80% of my notes are gone, but I have them pretty much memorized. So I know this player is very new, and he's not doing anything. He's the kind of guy who's like, I don't want to bet too much because I don't want to... I don't want to let somebody fold. Doesn't understand the concept that on this board, you should really be worried about somebody drawing out on you. So you want to charge 2/3 or 3/4 pot. Might get another table going. There's a short-handed table, but it's also short money. So I don't really want to get on a four-handed table where the average stack is $6. You know, playing 60 blind poker is far different than 100 big blind. Yeah, see, people aren't really bluffing, you know. This is the slowest goddamn table ever. I have been on this thing for 10 minutes. Yeah, I don't buy it. Deuce is full? Wow. You're a retard. Why don't you bet the river? He bets like a total fucking idiot and then doesn't bet the river. So we got a small raise. The 10 on the turn kind of kills all decent action. Any hands that I was beating now just pulled ahead of me. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and bet twice here. Yeah. Take it. Yeah, that's one of those ones where you just got to bet twice. Well, there's 5 people on this table now. If I can find a good seat, I'll take it. What's the good seat here? I guess it's this one. A lot of empty seats, man. For all these things having waiting lists, like, why are these seats not filling up? I can't imagine game selection is that particular at 10 and L. No. Oh, god damn it. Fucking balance window. Five is not bad. Shouldn't be a lot of kings out here. Yeah, we just take it down. It's kind of just an equity smash, right? Because it's very rare somebody has a 9, and being in the small blind, we're one of the spots that can have a 9 quite frequently. And even though you want to trap, you do want to put money in the pot. So it's kind of one of those double-edged swords. Like, you're kind of just hoping somebody bets the flop when you have, you know, a 9 and it tripped on the turn. If you guys didn't notice it, on the About page of me on Twitch, my link tree is there. I think. Oh, God damn it. Fold, fold, fold. I forget what the command is. There it is. That's my link tree. Nightbot needs to wake up. Should have already put it out there. It's fucking retarded. And that link tree is just a, if you don't know what it is, it's just a spot where you can find links to all of my social media and my YouTube and my Twitch and my Instagram and my Twitter and all that kind of good stuff. So we're going to check here. It's fairly Huh? Well, I'm going to go ahead and raise. I'm going to check for 3. So I get check raised here. Let's just get it in. He should have a lot more draws than 10s. And even the 10s he has, I have crushed most of the time. So he could have just been check raising with a jack. And now when I jam, it looks like I have a spade draw. Unless he's slow rolling, I really don't think he knows what to do. I don't think he knows how to fold here. Yeah. Maybe he just had a draw, which is fine. When when we can get all the money in there versus a flush draw on a paired flop, it's kind of the business. I mean, this is a limped pot, so there shouldn't be a lot of aces. So I think we can even bet the turn here and then go check, or bet the flop here and go check, turn. And then we can even get some value on the river. When we get called twice, you kind of have to assume somebody has an ace. It's usually this player. This player is one that we have to bet twice against. So they took a long time and then checked. I'm not too concerned. This is a blocker bet, so it's either a spade draw or a 10. It's usually a spade draw, like a good spade draw, like king queen or king jack. There it is. That's the 2 pair I was worried about. Fucking idiot. And you're just gonna fold now? You're gonna fold your fucking draw even though you got the correct odds if you have the spade draw? And it's just annoying because, like, I know what this player's doing. Well, he hit the spade, so there you go. Congrats. You're going to jam all in? You got $3 left. You should check call if you have 2 pair. Yeah, jamming's not a good idea. Because it's only the spades that are going to call you. He even had a flush. He even had better. Hilarious. Hey, what's up, KYK? How you doing, my man? We're just chilling. Playing some poker. Putting in the grind. Going to be kind of a lot of cash games for the rest of the month. Saturdays and Sundays I want to be playing tournaments, but we kind of depends on how I feel. Just because I want to get this to say 500 points to elite. If I can't get to elite. If I can get to elite, great. But in 1 month, getting 1,500 points when I've already missed like 5 days is kind of hard to do. Unless I put in a ton of time. Not like I don't plan on putting a ton of time in, but it is very low limits. So my man's taking a while. We got the backdoor nut flush draw. We got the open ender. This was a limped pot. I'm going to check this one, though, because of the player behind. And I don't really mind it. That's actually not the worst case scenario, believe it or not, because if everybody folds, we can call and be fairly certain that we're up against a pair. If it's a pair and a straight draw, it's kind of not the best for us, but I don't hate it, honestly, if these 2 guys fold. Now, if one of them calls, obviously it's trash. That's an overbet. No, thank you. But maybe we can gamble here. Yeah. All right. So we got a lot of outs twice. It was a 7, a queen, or an ace. That's pretty good. That's 11 outs twice, 44%. Getting 3-1 on our money. That's what we want all day. I forgot to add my OnlyFans on Linktree. Funny. Fun fact, he prefers girlfriend, but boyfriend, I guess, has an OnlyFans, and it's just starting out, and he doesn't want me to advertise it yet, because he's still curating content. And plus, it doesn't really jive with, you know, Twitch and poker streaming, but I am in some of it. You wouldn't know it's me. But I'm not shy. Probably never going to find out who it is. I mean, you'd have to be like a Twitter Sherlock to figure out who it is. But, fun fact. I think we can just check this. I actually win here a fair amount of the time, believe it or not. I can actually call certain river bets. Because, I mean, unless somebody has a 5, which very unlikely, unless it's this player. Yeah, I mean, he might have a 3 and want to check down, but yeah, the ace 10's good, right? Oh, I got chopped up because of the other ace. What did the other guy have? Was he thinking about bluffing? 9 deuce. Yeah, that's probably a bluff hand. Wow, my dude just bluffed it all. Bet call. Now my dude leads and this guy raises. He calls, jams the river. What the fuck? Are these guys like drug dealers that are laundering money? What the fuck is that? That's hilarious. Fold. Check. Fold. God, the dogs are going crazy. Well, there, now Nightbot's awake. The guy who was looking for a spade in the river, why did that make sense? Player-specific read. Doing good, just relaxing. It's the weekend. Nice. Ace in the river is kind of, it's kind of great. I'm going to go for the bad bluff size. I mean, he can definitely have king queen here a lot, or not king queen, 10 jack, and go for a check raise. But I don't think we see too many check raises other than that, because even king queen is like vulnerable to like ace 8 and stuff like that. I don't think I'm up against much though, honestly. 8 ball, ooh, corner pocket. I'm trying to get my value now. Plus, players with overpairs in this guy's position will talk themselves into it. They'll be like, oh, maybe he has 9-10 or 8-10 or something like that. What's taking so long for, brah? Right? You just folded, right? Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Pocket queens. Let's just play it like we got it. Get called. Let's make the bigger bet here. I mean, he doesn't have much left. I mean, if you want to call this, we're probably just going to have to call it off on the river if he jams. Committed to the pot or not. Yeah, the dogs are really fucking barking. Don't expect a call here often. Yeah, we're going to go for the raise. Even if this big stack jams, I don't think we're folding here. Okay, this is my problem. But I still don't think I can fold. Well, I don't know why that fucking idiot was just calling in the first place. So by the way, if you're in the chat, go fuck yourself. You are one of the worst players. I've taken like 50 fucking stacks off you. But you played that hand completely wrong. I hate being collateral damage to somebody's shitty play. Because this player is the one who's supposed to have the other ace that's not raggy. Like, why check on the turn? I'm going to check this one. Ooh, 6 ball. You want to play a big pot? We can play a big pot. You bet really big. You don't want to keep going? Like, I know I have it, but at the same time, there's a ton of action killers on the turn. And a lot of times players are checking because they raise pre-flop and they have, like, ace-king, ace-queen. So when he bets the turn like this is a big bet. So this is either a lot or nothing. So by just raising here, it's just like, if he has ace-king, he's not folding. So I guarantee you this was no ace. This was something like pocket jacks or something, which isn't going to give us any more money anyway when we just call. And there's a lot of action killers, right? Because he can call with ace king, but if like another straight card comes out on the river, right, like an 8 or a 5 or a 3 or another club comes out on the river, it just totally kills action. So I think it's important to raise big there when they bet big, and because they're usually out of line, and it's fine to just take the pot down. I think that's one where when we get the money in, we are miles ahead. Typically, we really have to be up against a set, and with him three betting pre-flop, what sets does he have? Just aces, right? And nobody really checks aces even on this flop. It's just not going to happen. So 4s, 7s, 6s. 6s are very unlikely. 4s and 7s super unlikely because of the 3-bet. So I think that's just the best way to play that hand overall. Where are you going? Can we not lose this table? See what I mean? Like, the guy doesn't bet his own hand, so I just kind of forced him to play perfect. I don't know why people take so long. You know you're not calling. Oh, that ace on the turn is fucking nightmarish fuel. Somebody bet, right? I'm not seeing it yet, but I'm sure somebody bet. Yep. Congrats. It's all yours. Da, 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 da. Not too worried about a limped pot over here. Good backdoor and second pair draws. I don't think this is a candidate for raising. Pot's just too small to make an impact yet. Got shot. This player's my problem. It's not a bad card. It's not a bad card at all. That is. I mean, a lot of times we just lose to 10 jack here. Not from this player, from this player. Yep. Or the flush. Whatever. Don't you always pay off, bro? Go ahead and pay him off with one pair. Did I win that one? No. Ace deuce, the limper, ace deuce. Re-raises. Might actually have the flush. Yeah. Yep. Checks the turn. How the fuck does he get 60 blinds into this pot? Oh my god. How do you not just jam? Like, if you jam, you're not up against players who fold flushes. Like, to me, that's a huge mistake. Like, the fact that he got in that much money, it's a disgrace he didn't get in all of it, because he really should have. Jacks is like the minimum that I'm going to get it in here with, because there's going to be a lot of 10s, and 8s are in that category too, but let's just get the money in. Do you know how to fold 7s? 9s? What are you thinking about? Are you really going to fold queens here? No, 7s. Like I said, 7s. See? You don't know how to fucking... Like, you didn't 3-bet. You didn't define the hand at any point. A little psychic action for you. And see, the trick there was that the guy min-raised me on the flop. Do we really think on this flop somebody's min-raising with a deuce? Like, no. So when I 3-bet, like, it's just hilarious. Like, he did that to get to showdown. And when somebody does something to try and get to showdown, and you have, you know, a reasonable hand, like the overpair there, like jacks is a reasonable hand. I think my minimum is jacks. I don't know if I can 3-bet the tens like that because of jacks being behind. Wow. A lot of action. No outs. Oh, look at this. I win it with 7 high. Underplaying the ace-queen. Intentionally. I've really become a fan of that at this stake. Yeah, we're not going to fuck around with this table fucking three-handed. Nice hand. Well, it's the stupidest fucking bluff. Player check, min, raise, and then bets big. We'll let him have it. Only because there's combinations of 9-10 as well as a jack. That's fine. Well, let's play a big one. Okay. This table died. Sick trap, bro. Why not bet the river? Like you have the mortal nuts. Why not bet the fucking river? It's hilarious. I'm probably calling a fairly good sized bet. I'm going to go ahead and 3-bet that. Don't do that with the ace king every time, but I think sometimes it's okay. And this table's been a little, you know, low action. Ooh, look at that 5. Oh, queen on the river. That's rough. Good for you. I love how he shows me the ace-7 like I sucked out big. You played it perfectly horribly. I mean, if this guy's got a set, it's too bad, but he's going to call with, you know, 9s, 10s, 7s, 3s. I mean, 9s pay off. Wow, see, that's what I'm talking about. Like, takes a super long time and then calls. It's like he's trying to get showdown. Like, I'm not going to bet the river there every time. Like, I don't even need ace king to do that. I need, like, nothing to do that. Oh, I should have called that. Ooh, double gutty. Yeah. Take it. Worst turn card ever. See a big raise on the button. Player's very short. We're going to 3-bet an ISO. Very unlikely card. Very bad for my range. Yeah. Double gutty. This is really the problem here. Like, if that player comes along, it's just crap. All right, we're going to get it in. I mean, I'm up against it quite a bit here, but jacks are just too strong. It's fine. How about a jack? How about a jack? Blackjack. Ah. It's whatever. It's just it's too close. And when a player's sitting there with fucking 40 blinds, you're just never supposed to fold there. It's just too close, man. What was that run out? Yeah, definitely wouldn't have stacked off with that ace on board, but meh, what are you gonna do? I don't mind these occasionally. And my eyes are like burning. I think I got soap in them when I went to the gym. Not folding for a half pot bet. Ooh, little clubby turd action. Might have to pay off the river. Oh, did you have nothing? What a goddamn shock. Did you actually have a 6 or something? No, yeah, just ace high. So, if I don't make the 10 on the river, or the king on the river, I'm probably leading. Which is fucking hilarious. Should have 3-bet pre-flop, bro. Yeah, let's let this go. Gut shot. player's too short. That's why you can't c-bet that. There's no room for play. Pretty conservative day. Nope. I think this is usually a capping bet. So I think my overcards are typically good if we can get heads up. King's bad. Because this player should have a lot of kings. Alright. Take a free card. Ugh, that sucks. This guy should have a king a lot. Nope. Seems like a fairly honest bet. I'm going to check that. And I'm going to bet the turn a little small. The delayed c-bet works best in this scenario. Just because of nobody's going to bet a 9. I'd probably bet a queen. I mean, I'd bet a 9, but I think the population at this site doesn't bet the 9. Like, ever. Horrible raise. Same player. I'll predict now that they're going to bet 30 on the flop if it's checked to them, no matter what. They're going to bet 3 blinds on the flop no matter what. 4 players in this pot. They're going to bet 30. Watch. I wish this player wasn't behind. I would probably check raise this quite often. If he bets anything other than 30, it's just a fucking shock. Snap call, I'm out of the way. If this player had folded, I would have gone for the check raise. Just because, yeah. Like, just lead. Oh, fold. Don't, oh, fucking check raise. Oh, you're a fucking idiot. Oh. Hard to get much going. Well, I guess one table's doing good, but the other ones are just kind of bleh. And then they're dying, and it's just like players are coming in with fucking 4 blinds, 40 blinds on the table. Nah. Ew. Holy shit. Whoa. That's a good turn. Or heads up, sometimes this player will continue betting, sometimes they'll just give up. Unless he has a queen, I think I win this one. Yeah. I'm betting that with nothing, so I might as well bet it with the tens, because he's never going to bluff. But he may have a hand like, I don't know, queen whatever, queen 10 or something that's just like beats me. But he can even have jacks, right? But can't call a bet, but can definitely win in a check, showdown. This is kind of weird because I'm betting small to get value. And I think if I get raised, I can just pretty much confidently say I'm beat. This is my real quarry, I guess. Okay. Got an ISO. Hold. Fucking right in the window. Oh, just the worst players. It's hilarious. Do you ever have more than 3 outs there? Like, do I ever have pocket tens? I'm pretty good. I'm just chilling. We've been playing for like an hour and a half, and I can't really get anywhere because of stuff like that just happens. Like, I'm kind of like getting the best odds and getting 3 outed a bit, but playing well. It's a pretty good turn. I don't get the leading out. I really don't. It was a 3-way pot. I really don't get why you lead on an all club flop if you don't have one. And he absolutely didn't have one. I don't mind this. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. This shit's boring. Come on, man. There'll be another wave of game at about 6:15, so about a half an hour or so. Ooh, I flopped my first set of the day. That's fucking amazing. I have flopped my first set of the fucking day. Hey, look, I made a flush. I'm going to lead. I'm going to call here. Paid right off. What'd this guy have? Aces? I don't think this guy has much, but sometimes he just thinks I'm full of shit. So, like a river ace is great, a 5 is bad, a king is good, a queen is good. A jack is probably the one that gets me to stack them off. Checky, checky. Made the 5. I don't mind this too much. I think usually when we're called, it's one pair kind of situations. So that leaves us with bluffing opportunities with queens and jacks and kings that come out on the turn, maybe even some aces. But we're kind of just avoiding the flush draw and, doing that whole thing. I think we want to check here. That's pretty good because we're going to look like we're full of shit to a 10. Like, how often does this player have a 6? Like, never. I think we just... I don't think betting the turn serves much purpose. Yeah, we protect the hand, but I'm not 100% sure that I was ahead until the river. The 7, while good, also kills my action. So we saw a limp, a limp, a limp, a limp, a limp, and a limp, and 2 guys call my raise. I'm just going to check. Okay, I'm going to underplay the ace-king. Well, you got it, bro. All right. Queen sucks because he's going to bet a lot of rivers for no reason and have a bunch of queens. But sometimes he's just going to have trash. Or pocket like 5s or something. 7 deuce. Wow, you play good. You 3-bet way too much, bro. Let's do it. This is smacking his hand. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have aces, but I definitely want to smack his hand down. This is kind of... Yeah, you've been there too long to be fucking around. I love that I got his 7 deuce suited exposed. Like, why are you doing that? That's pretty good. Gut shot. I mean, if he has an ace or a king, he's not going to fold, but he shouldn't have too many of those. Yep. This is that loose passive player that we were talking about in not this morning's Wake Up With Me, but the one before that, number 87. That's the loose passive player. He's playing way too many hands. So, usually these are flops that are better for the callers than the raiser. That was easy. Look at this. Come on. Hold. Nice. The other guy thought about it too. And if he had called that, I would have jammed. Oh, nice little turn of profit there. Got to be like about 1,000 hands in now. I had 9 tables or 8 tables at one point. I've got over 100 on most of these. So maybe 800 hands. Shouldn't be too many queens. Yeah. Yeah. Not the worst card, but not the best. But this player gives up the ghost. They let you know every time. He lets you know every time. A re-raise and a call. I mean, we're obviously calling here. Wonder why he would draw that conclusion. Maybe he watches the stream. I don't know. Oh, that 4! The 4s are hot today. Look at this. I mean, I can definitely be beat. I can definitely be up against queens, kings. This player's got aces. I think the ace-king calls, so I can't fold because it sucks, but sometimes this player has queens, usually not kings, but we absolutely never fold here. Hopefully he rejams. If he rejams, it's actually better for us than if he just calls, but we're just going to get all the money in. It's fine. He should just have aces. Well, this player's thinking about it. Nice. Drawing dead. Ooh, quads. The 4s are hot. Hot stuff. That's what you call expected of value. Meaning when we hit a 4, we expect a lot of value. I think I can lead this turn. Yeah, I can. Love winning hands out of the blinds. It's like, it's so important because everybody loses in the blinds. Like the best poker players in the world lose in the blinds. So every time I win a hand in the blinds, I feel fucking special. It's a pretty good flop. I mean, I'm in the fucking blind. I mean, like, it's the most obvious thing in the world if I go apeshit here. This fucking moron killing my action. This call is kind of interesting. Usually that's a queen. Of course, the queen on the turn. Oh, I just think I just got 2 outed for sure. I'm going to check. So I 3-bet this and the player calls. He hasn't been sitting that long, so I really don't expect him to have... Yeah, that's an ace. How do I win that? How do I win that? What are you calling with? Like, I know this guy's killing my action, but what are you calling with? Jacks? Holy shit. What a fucking fuckery. Like, at no point can I raise there. At no point can I raise this hand. Even on the flop, it's like, what do? I'm just setting myself up to get bluffed. Like, oh, it's so bad. That's just, but this player always with the 30. Like, if the other guy hadn't called, I would have check raised. And probably gotten good action when the queen hits the turn. Like, I'm not even backing off on the queen turn there. But 3 ways in the pot, I just can't do it. Like, it's just whatever. Am I hungry? Three on the river. Maybe good. Maybe. Hey. Ooh, twoper. 10-4. We're just going to play the biggest pot possible. It's fine. Thank you, thank you. Yep. Just win every time there. Didn't even put any real pressure on me. Just betting with a gut shot and 2 overs. But the 8's not even good for him. Alright, I've raised this player a lot, but... So if he spazzes and jams, I'm probably calling. He calls. I'm going to check because of the ace. I'm going to check the turn. There's still no point in betting. Queen on the river. I'm going to bet big because it really looks like bullshit. And of course he calls off every time with Queen, King, and Jack 10. He could even have had an ace like ace 10. He had ace king. Way to check down till the loser, bro. Woo. Fold that one. Fold that one. Interesting. Like, there's no reason to bet there. Like, but once I hit the queen on the river, it's like just power slam it. That's fucking hilarious. I'm guessing you were talking about those jacks when you said nice hand. Or the guy had 7s. Alright, we're getting some stuff rolling. Sometimes it just takes a little longer, man. You know? I mean, I definitely feel like I was a little tired, like maybe my brain was a little behind, but I don't think I was making them any blatant mistakes. Maybe a little bit too aggressive. I kind of do that when I'm confused, but not bad. Not bad. Double gutty. Look at that. How good is an 8 for me? Ooh, God, that hurt my back. Oh, I got a hiccup and oof. That weak part of my back. Jesus. I'm supposed to go see this chick tonight, too. Easy call. How's that 10 jack on this table? Ah, missed. I mean, what am I really trying to protect here? Like nothing. Ha ha ha! We both had the same hand. I mean, this is kind of ridiculous. Ace on the river is awesome. I mean, if you had me beat, he had me beat, but yeah. He's just going to bluff every time. What do you think I'm calling with? What do you think he had? Does he look like a man beaten by jacks? Just sit there and hit the call button 3 times. What did you think he had? Does he look like a man beaten by jacks? I only got a pair. It's one of my favorite scenes. It's one of my favorite scenes because in Rounders, because I knew a guy like that. Like, I didn't know the guy personally or know him by name, but when I used to play seven card stud in the at the Seminole Casino in South Florida when I was like 19. This one guy, I swear to God, and it's so funny because I used to go to the Seminole Casino when I was like 18 and 19, and then when I really got serious about poker, I stopped going, and then right before I came to Vegas, I ended up going there for an audition, not getting it because they had 5 Indian women there that they were going to hire ahead of me. But then the next day I went back and I decided I wanted to play poker. And when I was 18 or 19, I would go down there, play 7 card stud, quarter 50 cent, which was the highest stake at the time, $10 cap pot. So it was really grindy, but I was just doing it for experience and fun. And there was a guy who every time he called a bet, he had this tick of going every time. It was like you bet and they would go, 50 to you, and he'd be like, and he would throw in the 50. And he did it so reflexively that it was like he couldn't stop. And it was hilarious because and it would annoy people, but I was just sitting there and I was like, well, the guy's obviously affected. Like, it's at least OCD or something like that. So it didn't bother me. And he was a goddamn awful player. And many times I would get there on the river with him and he would bet and I would call and he would be like, pfft. And then I would just turn it over and I would, good. And he'd be like, I only got a pair. Like, and I'd just be rolling it over on him. Like, aces up. This guy did not understand the concept of 2 pair aces up being so strong in stud high. And he just so many times, he's like, I only got a pair. Like, and it's funny because years later, it was about 2 weeks before I would leave for Vegas. This is in 2005. It's probably less than that. It's probably only like a week. Yeah, because I went to my parents' house after I broke up with my then fiance and had kind of decided that I wanted to go to Vegas, but I didn't know what I was going to do for money. So look at that 8 on the turn. So I hadn't figured it out yet, but 5 days after I broke up with my girlfriend, I actually moved to Vegas. I talked to my parents about it, and they were just like, okay, we'll front you a little cash. And that's kind of the way it went. This is pretty easy to get it in here. No king even, huh? Awesome. So I went down and I decided to play, and I'm sitting there, and it's a Texas Hold'em game, and I make a 3-bet, and I had kings, and I hear, and my head like snaps to my left, and I look and I go, holy shit, and I go, you don't remember me, do you? And he goes, no, and I'm like, we used to play together quite a bit about 6-7 years ago. And he goes, how do you remember me? And I went, and the whole table died laughing. And it was funny because he played Hold'em just as bad. Hold'em wasn't a thing back when we originally played, but he played Hold'em just as bad as he did stud. And now we're he's sitting there with $100 in front of him on a 1-2 with a max buy-in of 300, and everybody else has like 300 to 500. And he's just giving away $100 bills basically, and playing very tight. And it was the kind of thing where I flopped a king and we got it in, and he had king queen, and it was just like, and he's like, oh, that's unlucky, and I'm like, yeah, it is. And he ships me the money, and he's like, did it every time. It's hilarious. It was so compulsive, it was amazing. I'm gonna check this. We either check or chop, or we either lose here or chop. So I don't know what this fucking guy is calling me with. Tens? 5 dude. That's a gut shot, sir. Wow. Like, you don't want to bet the river there because occasionally, but see, look, this is the first hand he's raised. Never raises. My notes on him are floppy 100 VPIP, meaning he's playing 100% of hands. So you got to go for that thin value, but checking there is just brilliant because he's not going to bluff much, I guess. But when he does, it's like, free money. That's a good flop. It's not awful. Check this turn. The player behind me kind of takes away my moves. Yeah, this player's a fucking retard. I had to stop saying that. Full pot bet. I think if we take enough time here, we can still get the money in when a heart comes off. So we got to take some time. $10 or a heart. This player usually has a king 100% of the time. Yep. It's a shitty king, but you got to know he's not folding. So it's not a bluff spot. Like, he didn't bet it for value, but it's not a bluff spot. Now, if I had 2 pair, I would bet. I would 100% bet. Yeah, we'll just bet that. I could check this, but I think it's fine, especially when we're up against this player. I mean, that's in his wheelhouse of gut shot and 2 pair, but I think we continue betting. 5 on the river is not bad. Check. Ace queen. I mean, what are you going to do? Guy's in the small blind with ace queen, and he tried very hard to save me all the money he could. I think we just bet this one quickly and small. Probably check the turn, especially if it's really good for us. Although this player isn't that, whatever, so I'm going to check that turn. Can I check that turn? I'm going to check the river. I'm probably going to call. Just because, I mean, this player, I don't expect him to bluff much, but sometimes. He had a 10 and he didn't fucking raise the flop. Wow. That really killed my action. That sucks. That's like the ideal flop for my hand. It's kind of hilarious. Okay. I mean, it's a dry side pot, so there's really no reason to bet. We're just kind of goading a bluff here. 10's not bad. Like, the player did cold call the 3-bet all in, so he can have us beat sometimes. I think that's a clear indication. Whoa! He had all the aces. The clear indication is the big bet on the river. Like, if he's bluffing or even value betting an ace that we chop with, that bet is like a 3rd pot. But when he bets full pot, it's like trying to look super weak. That's hilarious. Doing well now. Yeah, it's not bad. Victory vape. Yeah, definitely feel more dialed in now. I'm gonna bet the strong hands just as much as the weak ones. Yeah, it's like, and here's the thing: if you do that, then they really can't defend against you. Like, just never back off. Just always bet. I think I want to check this and raise maybe. Yeah. So I think if everybody folds, I'm just going to get the money in. I don't think I'm folding here. Ace kind of sucks just because of what it does to this player's hand. This player should be checking, but if this player jams, I'm pretty much up against the ace. And with one card to come, that's kind of brutal. Because this player could... Yeah, there you go. I give up. Pocket eights. Look at that. Like, I'm definitely up against at least the ace if he jams there. So, it's fine. Sorry, I was watching another stream. It's another Vegas streamer, and their internet went out. So I was letting people know that they're upgrading the internet out here. Okay. Yeah. Oh, god damn it. I totally misclicked. Look at this flop I'm missing. Oh, I totally misclicked. I meant to fucking 3-bet. Big. So I'm going to check that. Oh, I misclicked it. Oh my god. Sadness. Utter sadness. I mean, this is just never a bluff. You got it, bro. It might be a bluff, but his bluff still beat me. Like, it's just not a thing. I'm going to go ahead and bet the turn here. I mean, I know that there's fucking 6 of us in the pot, but still. Go ahead and bet this. The 3-bet, that's half pot. Don't buy it. Now, if he bets big on the river, I'm going to have to think about it. I mean, he should just be putting me in, right? Wow. 104 minutes. God damn it. It's one of the... I wasn't even thinking about kings or aces. I was like, this is queens or the busted flush draw. So, that sucks. That really sucks. Ugh. Damn it. But, I don't think... Yeah, I don't think I'm supposed to fold there. I know I'm not supposed to fold there. Ah, just sucks. Like, when they show up with queens in the cutoff, it's just so brutal. Look at this shit. Full house versus quads. Yeah, that sucks. But what are you going to do? It is what it is. There's nobody on that I want to watch stream. At least I don't think. Ooh. Trashly. Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely not supposed to fold that. Gut shot. Flush draw. Yeah. Check. Sorry, I'm fixing something on my phone. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. Bum, 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 bum. Do my nails. Woof. That's kind of... Oh, well. I mean, I guess that's kind of hard to... Yeah, that's kind of rough. Did I seriously get min clicked here? This isn't always getting beat, but sometimes it is. I think if the big bet happens here, we can fold. You got it. If they check down, they've got that flush draw. If they're jamming, they've got that set. It's kind of that simple. Shitty little run there for a second. I mean, it doesn't have to be a set. It can absolutely be something like, you know, an overpair kings, you know, jacks, tens, something like that. Let's check this. Lose to the 9. Kind of weird they didn't bet. I think we can call here. That's a good card. Queen can be bad, but not always. It's kind of a weird run out. I honestly thought we'd get called there, but I guess this player just never has anything. Like, he's got 100% VPIP. He's playing every single hand. Nah. I think having like deuce 4, deuce 5 is okay there, just because of the potentials. But 6 deuce, it's kind of like there's just not enough, going on, because like if the 4 of clubs comes off, that's great, but even if I 2 pair, it's kind of not awesome. Like, look, this player's just playing every single hand. Like, you should just never stop betting. He's not really a station either. It's not like what the fuck happened here? Wow. Checky, checky. Three bet on the button from the worst player on the table. Honestly, this is a 2 pair get it in kind of scenario. Ace isn't great, but it can be good. It's a very small bet. That king is the worst card in the deck. This player's going to have kings, queens, jacks, tens a lot. We're just going to check. Hopefully he has queens. Sometimes he has like ace queen and I lose here, but I kind of am not sure what's going on. I'm obviously calling just a set of aces. Okay. He won the absolute bare minimum and took the most risk. Like, I can just have all flush draws. Like, it's just the worst. Like, I can have all flush draws. I can have queen 10. I can have everything. Like, he took the most risk and made the least money. He made 20 blinds off me. That's really pathetic. Mm-hmm. Oh my god, what is this? Just gets called twice on the lead. Alright. I mean, I think if I had king jack, I could keep calling. This is not 2 pair. This is a bad. This is like the ace of clubs. Yeah, that's not 2 pair. I probably had the winner there. I don't know what the fuck this player's doing behind. No, that's just the ace of clubs. Ugh. I believe I'm going to take a little break and get something to eat. Just kind of not frustrated, but annoyed, and I'm definitely needing food. Um, and we've been going for 2 hours, and I am barely above where I started, so I don't want to get to the point where I'm pissed off and I start tilting. I'm definitely feeling tired, so I'm going to go for a little walk, get some fresh air, and come back and whatchamacallit, fire up the stream again. But picked up 20 points, so that's good. And I am ahead a little bit. I'm ahead fucking $4. It's really depressing because I was up 3 buy-ins and then took those beats. So what are you going to do? But I think I need to wake up a little bit more. It kind of happens after the gym sometimes. So I got to eat, get some sugar in me, some peanut butter or something. And I'll be back in like an hour or so. So I'll see you guys in a little bit.